Yeah, hear me out. So, Redeemed Christian Church of God is one of the fakest and, like the most unrealistic church, like one of the terrible churches in the whole world, like in the whole fucking world. Now, this is the thing. Alright, guys, story time about the Redeemed Christian Church of God and how they packed us, that's me and my family. Like, we were never part of the church, like, we were nobody for a church I attended over 19 years of my life, Now, how did it all happen? Redeem is a church where when you are okay, like when you are, funding them in that sense, when you are always putting in money, supporting them, and all that financially, yeah, they would know you. They would, Yoruba would say, they would put you here, they will rate you here. You feel me? But hence, you stop doing all that. Probably you had financial or health issue and you're not able to pump in money as you used to. You're not doing the daily devotions, contributions and all that. Bruh, you are going down. Like, they forget you so easily, like you never existed. That is one fact I know about Redeemed churches. Let's get into it. Okay, to cut the long story short, we've been in Redeemed I was attending Redeemed, like we were Catholics at first, then switched to Redeemed for a couple of years, for a long time. I mean, like over 20 something years. I was already a kid, around probably 10 years or thereabout, or 9 years, when we started attending Redeemed Christian Church of God. And for the record, we were tithe payers, offering payers. In short, we were part of the church growth. Like, we literally were part of that church. Because when they didn't even have tiles, like it was sand on the floor with spackle and some terrible standing fans, to when the church transcended to AC tiles and the dope youth church. Yeah, so fast forward to a couple of years later, I was already over 20, although I'm not going to lie, I like when I was growing and started understanding stuff, I wasn't buying the idea of the way churches were ruling. But then my parents were too religious and spiritual per se. They like God so much. They like the Christian religion so much. So, I was a kid. I didn't have any say. They were my parents, So, at the time, over the years, when we had like over 20 years in the church, my mom got sick. Yeah, she was diagnosed of abdominal cancer and stuff. Then we started spending money. And my dad was quite okay then. We went to good schools. Things were going well then. The sickness started. My mom got so sick. We spent all we had, started selling stuff. You understand? And in between 1 year into the sickness, nobody from that parish could even reach out. Like, just because we know they press money again, we are not attending the church, we are not coming to church as regular. And for your information, we never miss Sunday. We know they miss. My mom was deep into Christianity, like church every Sunday. The only reason you won't go to church is probably you are sick and the sickness get level. If you are not very, very, very sick, that she's saying that yes, yeah, if you get in, you go church. If now minor sickness, headache, you are going to church. Do you get? Over the years, mom got sick, like I said. Then these people didn't even reach out. No contributions whatsoever. Like, I feel like a church is a place whereby, when you're down, they are supposed to at least try to show that yes, they care. But these people didn't even give a flying fuck about us. Like, they just abandoned us. Then I let my mom know. Me and my son said, "Mom, you see this church that you've been attending for over the years. You've been so sick for over a year now. Nobody can even come to even check up on you. Nobody can say, okay, we know this is not easy. You're going to take. Nobody can even do any." They're not even showing sympathy. They just acted like we're never part of the church, or we're not part of the growth of the church. They acted like we did not even exist, like they didn't know us. Guy, Redeem, hey, God of mercy. I think that was when my mom started understanding our point from the onset that church is not a do or die affair. Church is a Ponzi scheme. But people will not hear. They will say, hey, this and that. Bro, that's not the content for now. I'll still come back to church and drag them and let you all know. In short, back to the story time. So, when we're going through the tough times and all, okay, got to a stage where we're not calling some of our pastors, like, okay, we'll come and pray for my mom, because my mom was even the one instigating they should pray for her. You will not believe the pastor will say he doesn't have transport, we should fuel his car for we that we are sleeping and waking in the hospital. This woman getting pints of blood. She had done like one surgery that cost a lot, and the thing needed to like 2 more surgeries. Okay, we don't have money to fuel your car. Okay, pray on the phone at least. I mean, it's the 21st century. You can do stuff on your phone. Pray for her on the phone as what she wants. The pastor say, me will buy data. Pastor Shola John, see me will buy data. Pastor Shola, I knew this pastor when I was small, thinking these people were good human beings. I never knew these people were terrible human beings. This pastor will say we should buy data for you to pray for someone that I know. Normal, my praying, they show love that year. It's just crazy, like the concept of Christianity, the concept of especially this Redeemed Church I'm still talking about. Do you get? Till we lost my mom. Like it was when my mom called some pastors like, this is a terrible thing that you guys have done. We've been in this church over 20 years. I've been sick. Nobody could even check up on me. Nobody could do this, da. Now in one day they just carry herself through the fake love. And after that day, nothing again till today. For a church I grew up in, for a church I spent almost 20 years of my life. My experience spent more than 20 years because at some point, I'm a boy, I come out, I know the food and go to church, I just come off for house, down and by the way. Do you understand? So it is terrible. Now, fast forward again to when my mom died and, blah, blah, blah. I met a pastor we used to like know when we were little, Pastor Ogumuyiwa. See these people, I know their names just because I've known them for over the years, like over 19 to 20 years. I met Pastor Ogumuyiwa at Ikeja cinema, Silverbird Cinema. This man, now let me tell you something about this man. This man is a very rich man. I know I'm not feeling entitled or anything, just hear me out. This man acted like he cared about us from the onset when we were growing up. You understand? I used to see him as my second daddy. You get someone I loved genuinely as a child. Like, okay, these are our second week. Know them to be financially okay. But don't get it twisted. My parents were financially okay, but not as they, because those are the travel out, the kids every holiday, they are not in Nigeria. They are, outside. But we stay night, but we do okay. Do you get? So this man has a factory, this man is legit rich. I'm not a kid. I know when someone is rich, when someone is financially buoyant, and when someone is not. I mean, I could see everything that was happening then. So I met this man. I was working at Silverbird Cinema for an actress. I was trying to like market a movie at the time because I was into acting at the time. Then I saw this man. I was like, wow, hallelujah, probably the light has shined on me today. I walked up to Pastor Gumi. I was like, he greeted me normally, like we record. I mean, he knows me normal. I was like, fine, how have you been? We talked, and I was not trying to like explain this man. This has not been easy, I've been going through stuff. I just finished school, no good job. Look at what I'm even doing, trying to hoping this man would at least support, based on seeing a family friend. This man is not like an outsider, like a family friend. Like then we were, close with my family, was close to my mom's. We the kids were close to his kids and all. But all these children, they're not even in Nigeria anymore. This man told me that he has nothing to offer. This man told me, but he will get back to me, fine. So as I believed him that he was going to get back to me, really, I know fixing me somewhere it's not like a day job. You probably have to make some calls and blah, blah, yada. Okay, fine. This man was going. I was like, sir, and before God and man, I have not had a decent meal that day. It was around noon. Like, sir, I've not even eaten anything today. That if you could spare me anything to just at least probably have lunch. I mean, he's like my second daddy. I can talk to him and, this billionaire. Okay, let me say billionaire. I don't even know if it's billionaire. I don't even fucking care. Baba said he doesn't have any money. Baba said he could not transfer 91K for your church son you have known for years as a kid. This man knew me as a young man, like a young baby boy, till I became a teenager, went to school, like gained admission and blah blah blah. This man said he doesn't have 1K, he could not transfer 1K to give me to eat. That was when I knew I gave up. That was when I gave up on all of these pastors, because this man is a pastor. Don't get it twisted. He's also a pastor. All these people, they are pastors. This pastor, I said, he could not give me a dime for someone that you call a family friend, that knew you since when you were a kid, that knows your financial. He knows that we are going through hell at a time. But what did we get? Redeem. Redeem God. I'm saying to today, if I send you Redeem pastor, maybe coincidentally, and probably recognizes me and like calls me King Jai, I feel load you. I go low down. I hate all these pastors with passion. So that's my story time about Redeem churches. So if you go Redeem, they deceive yourself, they play. Once you don't get money, once your money finish, once your funds finish, they will fuck you up. Bye bye. Next story about Christianity. You should watch out.